Interesting. Probably one of these. Okay, probably some of this we about to get to. Being a messy, what K Michelle call him? Sassy bitch. Just being a sassy bitch. Okay, let's move. Let's go ahead. Speaking of the sassy bitch, let's go on over here to Darius Crooklyn. I ain't gonna harass those of y'all without premium because I almost just popped up another commercial. But y'all gonna get at least 2 more before this is all over. I'm probably gonna do a commercial between each topic. I gotta make my money, y'all. I ain't seeing no super chats and stuff coming through here. This because that means otherwise I'm just kind of doing this pro bono. I'm doing this for free. And I just spent all day pulling this together. Could you imagine having to sit through hours of Darius Crooks lying and being a sassy bitch? I've been doing all day trying to figure out the web of lies. Oh, I was so out of it. I had sent a message to the executive people just telling them, pray for me, y'all, because I'm burnt out. I spent the morning pulling all this together. Okay, so we're going to start with, I don't even know when this came out, but just to give you a tone of who we're talking about, because he's showing, well, he's always showing who he is. Sometimes we see it more and more. My computer's freezing for some reason. Thank you so much for the super chat, RJ. I really appreciate you for that. Super sticker. This is Darius Crooks on his IG lies, lying as usual, but also being very bold in his recklessness. And sometimes he's way more reckless than, well, actually all the time now. It's just ridiculous. But just giving you a taste of, some of y'all don't see this stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to play it. Hopefully YouTube don't smack me down too much because I ain't have time to edit this out. So a lot of cursing for those of y'all who might have sensitive ears. Prepare yourself.
Here's the point. Let me get to the point so I can get up out of here. So again, as a paying customer, I should be able to express my opinion to my audience, right? I'm not putting a review on somebody else's page.
This is him referring to people criticizing his slanderous food reviews of only Black-owned restaurants across the United States of America. And so people are like, you know, your reviews are harsh. You're just being, you know, a sassy bitch and all of that. And so this is him addressing it. He has the right to talk about and give his opinion about anything he wants on his platform. And so do I. So when them flying monkeys come over here, remind them, just like Darius Crooks has the ability to talk about whatever he wants on his platform, so does Vel B. And I choose to talk about this scamming sassy bitch.
I'm not, again, it's not what you said, but it's how you said it. No, bitch, it's your fucking comprehension. As a matter of fact, take care. All right? That's what the fuck it is. It's your comprehension. I'm not going to argue with a stupid hoe. All right? Gone. Banned. Take care. All right? Go back over there.
This is how he talks to people. And then he'll claim that I'm not bothered by this. And, oh, what did he tell us? And again, I ain't had time to pull it. Y'all know it's been a while. I ain't had time to pull all this stuff up quick. But he telling us in that post, I don't argue with people. I don't go back and forth for less than $500,000. Ask Juanito. Well, look like to me you're arguing and going off and cursing at somebody in a chat of an IG live, calling them out their name because they saying the way that you approach these food reviews are the problem. Not reviewing, but he loves to twist the narrative. He want to say people got a problem with reviews, food reviews in general. No, not at all. And if people have some room for improvement, some gaps in their service, et cetera, there are food reviewers all over the goddamn place over the internet. That's not the issue. None of them have this amount of chaos around them everywhere they go, but you, because it's your approach. It's your toxicity that you bring with you, your black, dark heart that you bring, and that dark energy and that lonely, damaged little child energy that you bring. I said I was going to stop doing all the dragging. I just got to tell the story. I got to stop dragging and tell the stories. But it's that's what people are complaining about. He don't see it, though. He don't see it. He also doesn't see that he tells on himself. So this other clip that I have, I was like, ooh, I love this one here. Every once in a while, he gives me these nuggets, these golden nuggets. Oh my God, y'all! I got a project that I decided I'm gonna actually really put together. I've like figured it out. Oh my God, it's gonna be good. Ooh, when y'all see it, it's gonna be so good. But it's gonna take me some months to do it. So this is him admitting that he has no moral compass or value, him or his followers. He tells us. He tells on himself all the time. Thank you so much, Darlene P, for the super stick. I really appreciate y'all for y'all support.
My thoughts exactly. When did it become okay to laugh at others' failures? It's sad to see what this group has become. Girl, shut up. Girl, shut up. Y'all wasn't saying that at first. Now you want to. It's sad to see. Now we got moral compass and moral value. We still didn't have it before.
He literally admits that his group of followers have no moral value or compass. They've never had it before. So he's leaned into that. He realized, well, he's a horrible person, but it was already within him. But then he realized, hell, they ain't got no moral compass. I can do anything. And the worse I do, the more of these sort of dark-hearted people I find. And so I lean into it. And so when they start complaining, he like, well, y'all didn't have no problem with it before. So this what y'all didn't, you created a monster. And he's letting you know. I didn't write this. I didn't put, now they try to act like I just make up shit. I didn't do this. This him telling us. One more time.
My thoughts exactly. When did it become okay to laugh at others' failures? It's sad to see what this group has become. Girl, shut up. Girl, shut up. Y'all wasn't saying that at first. Now you want to. It's sad to see. Now we got moral compass and moral value. We still didn't have it before.
And that particular video was in response. I'm gonna do a deeper dive on that. Thank you so much. I'm probably mispronouncing Shaquia Smith, I think. Thank you so much for the super sticker, friend. I really appreciate you. So that particular video is in response to, I don't know if I ever really did the story. I know that Trakeisha gave me some information. She emailed me some stuff and was helping with the story last year, I think it was. But I'm not sure if I actually did the story. But there was this young chef called Chef Jay Wu, I think. He was starting to do dinner parties across the country or in his cities or whatever. And he ended up using Darius's template, his Canva template that Darius uses for his Dining with Darius Crooks, Dining with Diarrhea events. He used that same template from Canva. And then he copied the verbiage and all this other stuff. It was, what you don't do in business. But he's young, he's 20 something. So Darius Crooks, instead of going to the guy directly, a young man directly, ends up bringing it to social media, which is what he does for clicks and views. And he ended up, I thought it was going to let me like it. He ended up bringing it to, social media, his followers for clicks and views. And people were saying, well, why didn't you go to the young man, directly and blah, 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 and squash it. And the young man, when he found out about it, Chef Jay Wu, he immediately apologized and like changed his template. He picked another Canva template. The thing is, Darius is like the biggest plagiarizer I've ever seen on the internet. And then he wants to go ham. And so anyway, so the guy, fast forward, this was last year sometime, fast forward to now, he's had to cancel some events. I think some wasn't working. He had no chair somewhere. I'm just hearing little bits and pieces. I got to learn what the rest of the full story is. But anyway, the guys I think he's canceled the events for now or something. So Darius Crooks is on his IG lives laughing at the guy's failure, which is a part of the process. And I think he's like 22, 23, something like that. It's part of the process. And instead of being like, let me take you under my wings, like obviously you admire me. Your legacy is built on what you leave behind, not possession wise, but the impact that you leave behind. I'm a true believer in that. For me, it's important to leave a legacy of impact behind. The shenanigans I leave y'all, the little laughter, if I leave tomorrow, at least I'll feel like I left some level of a legacy behind. Now I'm doing way more than that. It's way more coming. But he doesn't get that because he's all self-serving. And so where this could be an opportunity for him to have a mentor, a mentee of some sort, or just put good out in the world, he instead uses this as a moment to drag the young man in his moments of failure. Forgetting that, okay, at 23, Darius Crooks, can we talk about your failures at 23? What were you on? Eviction number 3, car repossession number 2, bankruptcy probably number 1 out of the 3 you've had. I mean, we could go there and talk about failures that people have in their 20s, but instead of having compassion for the young man, or just leave him alone, ignore him, move on. Instead of doing that, you bring this young man's hardship to your followers for ish and giggles. But what did he tell us? Well, I'm sorry. What did he tell y'all?
Y'all wasn't saying it at first. Now you want to. It's sad to see. Now we got moral compass and moral value. We sure didn't have it before.
He just told y'all. Never had no moral compass and values. We're gonna have it for now. Then there was another piece, and this is when this project that I'm going to be working on. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be so worth it. Oh, it's gonna be so worth it when I'm done with it. One of the things that's going to be covered in this is deep diving, because I think we really have to start having serious conversation and putting it out there of what we're observing. This is on a different level. What is a narcissistic sociopath? And how much correlation do we see between the definition of that and the antics of Darius Cooks, aka Darius Crooks, aka Darius Travoy Williams from the west side of Chicago? How much correlation between the definition of a narcissistic sociopath and his daily behavior do we see?
Jim, so what's a narcissistic sociopath?
A narcissistic sociopath is somebody that has traits of both narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. So the narcissistic traits are the grandiosity, seeking attention, manipulating people. The sociopathy is a real disregard for people's rights. They don't believe that the laws apply to them. They're really driven by their own self-interest, whereas a narcissist is driven by their ego. So the sociopathy comes out in the form of much more severe abuse, manipulation. There are higher functioning sociopaths and lower functioning sociopaths, but that's the basic difference.
And I mean, that's just a little touch. We can go deeper over time, but I want us to really start paying more attention to the psychology of this. It's not just a spoiled, motherless child, a broken man child. It's deeper, y'all. It's deeper. I'm thinking some of the issues, and we'll see as I put everything together. Some of the issues that we see that he has with his mother and with his family in general, because keep in mind, we're talking about a person who does not associate with any of their immediate family, meaning mother, brother, sister, well, daddy's gone, unfortunately, or stepfather. Mother, brother, sister, stepfather, nieces and nephews. We don't associate with none of them. Is it that he was the problem, or were they all the problem? Or was it that he's the problem? His behavior, this sort of behavior that we see existing, was that the problem? Now I know that his behavior was the problem in the ending of our friendship. Again, he wasn't that bad. It was some stuff out. It was stuff, but it wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't on this level. I don't deal with this. That I would have never dealt with this. He would have been would have strangled that nigga. Yes, Kim, he has siblings. He has a brother and a sister. They are about, I don't know, I always forget. I had to really, as I put all this stuff together for real, I'll get that information exact. But are they about 10 years younger than him? About 10 years younger than him, and they about 2 years or so apart, 2-3 years apart, something like that. Yes, and then he has, I had to double check, but he definitely has at least a nephew, but I feel like he might have two, a niece and a nephew, or just a nephew, something like that. He don't know, you don't hear no talk about him because he don't talk to none of them. He don't deal with them. He said if his mama die, he ain't going to the funeral. He said that a couple weeks ago in a IG live. If his mama die, he ain't going to the funeral, but he did lie and say that he would pay for the funeral. I said, this cheap ass Negro ain't paying for her funeral. He said he would pay for her funeral because he's trying to appear like he has some level of a moral compass, even though he's telling us the truth in the clip we just watched. That's the real him. He ain't got one. So but he wanted to lie to them because if he had said on top of that, not only would he not go, but he wouldn't pay for the funeral, that he know he would lose some of the flying monkeys, some of the D-havers who, you know, they got some level of a moral compass. This is what we're talking about. Again, is this a narcissistic sociopath? I don't even know why I got this next clip in here, but we're going to play it anyway. Let's see. I feel like I want another. You know what? There's another. I gotta explore a different program because I feel like StreamYard is starting to be kind of limiting for the way that I work.
Yeah, have it, Nita. If I was you, I would tread very carefully because y'all be real bold with these ugly ass profile pictures. Want to talk about me, baby? You be real old looking, real odd looking with these profile pictures, and you got things you want to say about me. If I was you, I would chill out. Okay. Now listen. Well, the hate is because I'm telling the truth. That's what it is. No, I don't have to block her. I'm going to be very honest with you. The hate is because I'm telling the truth. You see, the truth doesn't hurt. It is your alignment with the truth that causes the most pain. See, I don't know who these people are going to these places telling you that the food is X, Y, and Z, but that's cool. But when I come along and I break it down for you and I really tell you about the experience, and not just me, but you could say it to me all you want to. It's 6 of us. I have 5 other people with me, all different palettes that can also tell you the exact same thing. So be upset with me all you want to, or just do better. Stop charging all this money for this mediocre food. That's really what it is. And if I could be honest with you, I can't stand behind a place like Poppy Cuisine and tell my followers, oh, yes, you're going to enjoy this. And you go out here and your bill $473 and you looking out here like we should have went Chick-fil-A instead. All right. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you.
So again, and that's part of the manipulation where, again, narcissistic sociopath, we're going to keep digging into that. Part of it is the definition of what some of their behaviors is manipulation. His manipulation is, I only tell y'all the truth. I'm very transparent. He was doing that bull today on his IG Live. I said, this dude is just indoctrinating and hypnotizing. Just, I tell the truth. Stare at the cord. I tell the truth. I am transparent. This is all he doing to them. Just hypnotizing their ass. Just hypnotizing them. It's like if he repeats it enough, they start believing it, even though it's clearly not true. Clearly, he gets caught in tons of lies all the time. But because he says he doesn't lie to them, they believe it. His D wives hear him speaking to women like that, and they still support him. They're so pathetic. A lot of them are damaged as well. A lot of them. Some of them are well, I would say most of them are damaged in some way, either in the way that they are used to that sort of behavior, so they don't understand how toxic it is and how bad it is and how disrespectful it is. So it's either that, or some of them are so damaged in a way that they're just as hateful as he is and miserable and have a no moral compass. So they enjoy it and they love the drama and they see nothing wrong with it. I can't stand to hear him talk. That makes two of us. It's just, however, this is my work, which is sometimes why I got to take a little break from it. I saw somebody made a comment on one of my posts under a video. Actually came through today saying they, it's time for me to talk about Darius Crooks again. And I should do this a weekly recap. I'm like, I can't. Now I gave y'all 3 weeks of me doing Darius Crooks content at the end of every live. I gave y'all some Darius Crooks content. That want me to F out. Want me to F out. So, but I'm going to work on this big project. It's going to be good, y'all. Oh my God. It's going to be good. It's going to finally pull together all these years of stuff that I got. Oh, it's going to be so good. But it's going to take a while. It's probably going to take a year. It's probably going to take a year to do it right. 6 to 8 months, probably 8 to 12 months, but it's going to be good. Oh, it's going to be worth it. I'm going to give y'all stuff along the way, but ooh. Someone just said that the lady from the restaurant that he's been arguing with is talking to you, but she has blocked him from going on her page. Someone just said the lady from the restaurant that he has been arguing with is talking to you, but she has blocked him. Talking to me, as in Lavelle B, or talking to him? I'm not sure what we're saying here. He is in STL going to all these restaurants doing reviews. Why didn't he go to Sweetie Pies to review? He must be scared to go there. Sweetie Pies is closed. He knows that. He actually, somebody asked him about Sweetie Pies. There is no Sweetie Pies open right now. She's working on opening that what is it? Second Act location over there on Kings Highway and Martin Luther King Boulevard in that intersection at the old Family Dollar. Actually, it's supposed to be open. I think originally, I don't know. I thought originally they said September, but I could be making that up in my head some kind of way. What did his mom do to him? Well, Kim, and again, I've talked about it bits and pieces, but I'll give you a quick little overview. Basically, I'll give you a little 2-sentence summary. He claimed that his mom, that he once had a close relationship with his mom. And I've met his mom. I've met his mom multiple times, had conversations with her, all that stuff. He claimed that his mom always chose the men she was dating over him, and including his stepfather. In addition, he claims that his mom allowed the stepfather to abuse him. He claims that the stepfather hit him in the head with a high heel shoe, threw it at him for him wearing some brand new shoes that his father purchased for him. Although he had said he had only met his father, seen his father a handful of times, but he claimed his father had bought him some brand new gym shoes when he was in high school or something. He wanted to wear them to school. His stepfather told him no. He went to his mom. His mom said yes. He wore them to school. When he came back home, his stepfather was there. Stepfather saw him with the new shoes on, said, "What did I tell you?" He said, "My mom told me I could." And his stepfather threw a high heel shoe at him, gashed him in the top of his eye. And to this day, you can see where he has the scar. Now, that story he always told me, that story he's still telling today. I ain't heard no other version from nobody else. But he claims that is pretty much why. Now, I met him after all of that, and his mom was in his life. He communicated with her. He would get his brother and sister from time to time. They weren't close, but I mean, she was around. She didn't seem like a horrible person. I don't know. It's just but again, he makes all of us horrible people. All of us who try to hold him accountable have been made to be out horrible people. So it just now makes me look at something that I took at face value. Like, because even to this day, if your mom is such a horrible person, His mom is still alive. His mom lives in Milwaukee. His mom has a Facebook. His siblings have Facebooks. If she was a horrible person, I think by now she probably would be doing something to get back at you, to hurt you, to harm you. And she's just radio silent. So is his sister. People have reached out to his sister about his scamming and stuff. And she like, don't come to me about nothing about my brother kind of stuff. That makes me lean towards those don't seem like horrible people to me. But you obviously you show the traits of a horrible person daily, really per second. So I don't know because I don't know, but it makes me question. But that's the version that he has out there about his mom. But again, everybody's wrong. Narcissistic sociopaths always, well, narcissists in general, they always make everyone else wrong. They always make everyone else is the problem. They're never wrong. He is so vile. There's a lot of hatred within him. So sad. Yes, absolutely. He's a damaged child. How is every place mediocre food? Yeah, the majority, right? And then the truth is, we get. I'm trust me. That's where we're going with all this. I got so much more. I was just giving y'all some random clips in the beginning to give you, for those of you who may not be as familiar to all this foolishness he puts out there on IG Lives, to really see some of the stuff he hides. Because y'all see the shenanigans, but y'all don't see it like that, like on Facebook and stuff. I went to his Soul Crab in ATL. It was in College Park, aka the ghetto, expensive, but I got lucky with the Groupon. Mine worked, and while it was good, the service was horrible. Yes, I've heard that many times. Well, I've also heard people complain that the Groupon did not work. I was surprised that he was actually able to get another Groupon setup with this restaurant, but probably because it's, a different company incorporated differently. I don't know what their process is with getting set up with Groupon, but he had got kicked off of Groupon when he had the Cupcake Gallery in Chicago because he was scamming with it. And then he's, from what I've heard and seen in reviews and stuff, he was scamming people eventually with Groupon at Soul Crab Atlanta as well. People were complaining about that. It's a whole thing, y'all. It's a whole thing. But the service has been horrible at all his restaurants. But he will then blame that there are no good employees out there in Atlanta. He could not ever find good employees because they don't exist. So he closes the restaurant because no good employees exist. But then you go to these other restaurants knowing how hard it is to find, because you can find no good staff. You know how hard it is, in your words, to find good staff, but then you heavily critique these restaurants when they have service issues. Where's the grace? I'm not saying don't mention it. I'm not saying, it make it a non-issue at all. I'm just saying he has no grace for anyone else not being perfect when he is the least of the perfect people with a horrible track record that shows it. Major fails. Yes, she is talking to Uvel. I'm really lost, Marianne. Who's talking to me? Are they commenting in the chat? How are they talking to me? How's somebody talking to me? I'm talking to y'all. How's somebody talking to me? And if they're talking in the chat, we could start their comments. So I'm a little lost. Because if we start their comments, then I'll see them. But I'm not going to see them in the chat like rolling through because of the fact that it's hundreds of them, thousands actually. How many comments we got already? Oh, don't tell me until we're done. Yeah, at the end, it tells me how many comments, and usually it's a couple thousand comments we've had during chat messages. He serves disgusting food, but calls everybody else food mediocre. How ironic. Yeah, and his stuff, I heard somebody was saying I don't know how true it is because people just be saying stuff sometimes online, but they were claiming that he had started pulling down the photos of his Dining with Darius Crooks events. Dining with Diarrhea, because that food, the display is atrocious. But anyway, let's get into some more of that. Let's see. Okay, so we're getting into the first story. So Darius Crooks is in St. Louis. He is twirling around, causing chaos. He is being a menace to the culinary world. His ego has been bruised. He went to a place called Creole with a Splash of Soul, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of the restaurant. Let me pull that clip for y'all. And when he was there, the restaurant owner did not fall at his knees and beg for his presence, as some have, as he expects people to do, as he wants people to do. He was at her restaurant. He was on his IG lives for clicks and views, trying to get attention, being as hateful and miserable as he always is. And someone made her aware. She showed up to her restaurant and she confronted him. And this is the confrontation, just a short little clip. And then we'll get into more of how this went down. This is in St. Louis. This is Creole with a Splash of Soul, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of it.
Here she come. I do. Can you talk to me right here?
I want to talk to you.
You can't talk to me right here?
I want to talk to you.
I would prefer, if you wanted to have a conversation, we could do it right here. Is that okay?
I want to talk to you off camera.
I would not like to talk to you off
When
camera.
we get finished, I'll talk to you off camera.
If you want to have a conversation, it
No,
will.
sir. As soon as you finish, I'm going to talk to you off camera. So off camera.
You will not, but okay. Clearly she's pissed. If I was serving food like this, I would be pissed too. Okay? Let me pay for my food so I get up out of here. All right? Clearly, I can tell when I'm not wanted. Let's go.
Right, Robin L. I see you saying he's scared. He was. I know him so well. Like, I could tell that little shifty look in his eyes where they bulge a little bit and he blink a little fast. That's him. Like, he get emotional. Like he get a little scared. His pressure went up. And so that was the lady, the owner of the restaurant. She came there and she was just like, we need to talk off camera. He was refusing to talk off camera. So she said, when you're done, we gonna still talk off camera. He, of course, then ran like the little sassy bitch that he is. People were saying that she went there and kicked him out. That wasn't her kicking him out, but it was definitely making it uncomfortable. And he did what he should have did. He left. Supposedly he paid his bill and he left. I did not see the entire live. I only saw this clip. I never saw that live. So I don't know. What I'm hearing is that he was there 40 minutes to an hour, kind of waiting. I guess the service was slower, but it sounds like it also could have been on purpose so that he wasn't able to get served quick enough to then cause chaos. That was like, slow it down till the owner get here to deal with him. And, she was probably going to set the ground rules off camera. But he don't want, everything is for clicks and views for him. Okay, so this was so he ended up, there was a lot to this. Okay, so that happened. Then he ended up doing these posts. I think somebody added this, my ego is bruised. So he said, my response to Creole with no soul. So now he's renamed her restaurant with no soul. Because remember, he's out here to promote Black businesses. Amazing how I see more dragging than promoting, but he's here to promote Black businesses. So he creates a post that says, my response to Creole with no soul, part 1. And then somebody added, I think, my ego is bruised. This is the first part. His ego is bruised. So then the owner of, let me see. It makes it harder when I'm pulling them in from scratch, but hey, I got to work it out this way. There's too many clips. Owner, let me do this one first. I think this is why he was still sitting at the table. I'm not sure the origins of this, but here's more,
Kingish for men is for men. You are queenish. So is your ugly ass daddy who sucks my dick repeatedly. He queenish too. Now what? I don't know who you think I am. I am the wrong one to play with. All right? I don't have nothing to lose. I will cuss you out, pray for you, and then keep moving on. All right? What you better do, you better find someplace else to go around here. Don't come over here with that. Honey, I'm telling you, you will get cussed the fuck out, and I am not playing with you. All right? I am the wrong one to play with.
So here's him later that evening. He's, IG lies again, multiple times now, 3 to 5 to 6 to 17 times a day. He's going to go on his IG lies to indoctrinate his flying monkeys, D-hags, and D-hivers. And so this is him with his rusty taco meat chest out, trying to, I guess, seduce the hags that have no one, who are just that lonely. And he is now playing the video from an earlier live of the owner of Creole with Soul, Creole with a Splash of Soul. He's playing her video. I think this is only a little short clip, but this is her saying how she really feels about Darius Crooks. There's a longer one, but I'll save that for a deep dive video. Uh-oh, why is it delaying? Oh, that's on mine.
How you doing? I don't know how it is that y'all raised, but me, I ain't raised that way. So whoever this Darius Cook is, whoever he is, wherever he from, he want to come into everybody's city and talk trash about their restaurant. So I already know he been to Reds and he had some trash to say about Reds too. Shout out to my daughter Tawane that told me about it. But I'm going to tell you how I am. One thing you're not going to do is sit in my restaurant and talk trash and get paid for talking trash. So yes, he was asked very quickly to leave. So I don't know how we in St. Louis, in St. Louis or anywhere, if this your city, you allow somebody to fly in that you don't know. I've never heard of the dude. Don't know who he is. Don't know nothing about him. Don't know if he cook, if he own a restaurant. I don't know shit about him. But what he's not gonna do, he's not going to sit in Creole Soul or nobody and talk trash about my establishment. So I had 3 customers to call me to tell me that it was somebody in there, a blogger, and he was talking trash. So I went over and asked the guy, was everything okay? Can I talk to you off camera? And he wouldn't talk
Pastor,
to me.
what's up?
So just for the record, yep, he was asked to leave. He's and forever will be asked to leave. And he's never not welcome here. And if you own the bit, and if you allow somebody to come into your establishment where you work hard every day and give 2 seconds, so he's basically getting paid and get money and getting views, whatever it is that he's getting by talking negatively about African Americans restaurants. He's not talking negatively about Asian restaurants, about white restaurants. He's only coming to his own people that look like him, restaurants, and talk trash. So I was already warned about the guy when he came. So yes, he was asked to leave. Pay your bill and leave, because what you're not going to is sitting here and talk trash about my establishment and get paid for it. So if you want to come to anybody's establishment in St. Louis and do the same thing, you're more welcome to it. But anybody, you don't have to like Creole Soul. You don't have to like the food. If you don't come. But what you're not going to do, I don't care who you are, you're not going to sit in my establishment where my workers are working hard, trying to give the best customer service that they can. I'm cooking, my cook cooking, and then you sit here and you give nothing but negative reviews the whole time you're here, and you're a brother that look like me. So I wanted him to turn off his camera so I could ask him, why is it that you think that it's okay to go city to city bashing other African American restaurants? That's a problem to me. That is a serious problem to me. Y'all give too many YouTubers and bloggers too much credit. People can sit around and be anybody that they want to do behind the camera. Do this brother work? Do he own a restaurant? Have he ever owned a restaurant? Do he own a business? Did he make over $300,000 a year the first year opening? What is it that this guy do that makes him the king to be able to fly into anybody's city and y'all welcome him with open arms to do so and bash restaurants? Now, Red's been around forever. So he can just fly in town, don't nobody know him from a can of paint. And he can talk negatively and don't nobody in this city stand up and say nothing about it. So I read all the comments. I don't even read half the comments. But this right here I wanted to address. Because if you come into Creole Soul being negative, this is a very positive environment. You come here and being negative, you're not going to get paid being negative in my assessment that I work my ass off for every day. So Darius Cook, whoever you are, you can fly on back to wherever you came from. Or if somebody else want to welcome you with open arms, that's fine. But you're not welcome at Creole Soul. So kick rocks and don't come back.
Kick rocks and don't come back. Get out my city, as K. Michelle said. Get out my city. You sassy bitch. I love it. Some people are putting their foot down, you know, in real ways, and I appreciate them for that. Kick rocks. And he did with them ashy feet. So it wasn't done. Like, you know, Darius Crooks, this is engagement for him. Positive or negative, he's going to just keep putting out the toxicity. It's clicks and views. He could care less. He is the spawn of Satan. He lets you know. He has let us know in the beginning of this. He has no moral compass whatsoever. Anything goes. When someone has no moral compass, anything goes. Literally. I think he would drain the blood of a baby for success. Anyway, this person, and I just thought this was an interesting good take on this whole thing. And this is just a random comment on one of the posts. And it says, it's about how things are said. It's the way you act when you're reviewing these restaurants. I know y'all be dense in these parts. She's talking to, I'm pretty sure it's a lady, but they're talking to the DHAGs, D'Hivers, and Flying Monkeys. And they said, I know y'all be dense in these parts. If the food isn't good, okay, fine. But the way you're going about it is demeaning, comes off as if you're above these people. The intent behind these reviews seem more like it's meant to degrade them or pick at stuff. Both. Now that doesn't mean some of these places don't have room for improvement, because they do. But the way y'all attack and go to these people's personal pages, attacking them, seems more malicious than anything. Backhanded compliments and all. But I digress. I think that sums it up. They are very dense, and that's why they don't understand. They don't want to understand. They don't want to understand because they know. Because part of them be like, ooh, so-and-so in my city is horrible. You should go there. Okay, I thought this was to review places that y'all would potentially want to go to and find good eats, not go somewhere that you know is bad so that you can see him drag them, so that y'all can get ish and giggles, see him get into it possibly with the owner, to then see him go back and forth on social media with the owner, to then possibly end up creating discount codes for y'all to buy these cheap ass Alibaba pots and pans, and then have some old rinky-dink ass t-shirt made with some saying of the week, some tagline of the week. Just simple-minded, low vibrational. Ooh, so low vibrational. I saw that today, even under the Andrew Caldwell. Andrew went live talking about the stuff. They commenting under his post. You better be careful. Unc gonna come after you. Unc gonna create a discount code on you. Who cares? Like, y'all the idiots who buying from him. How does that hurt us? Yeah, I mean, they're that simple. They're simpletons. They're flying monkey simpletons. How does that hurt us? That he creates a discount code and y'all buy the cheap shit. How does that hurt us? You're an idiot. Oh my God. How can your brain be so simple? Oh, the education system failed you miserably. So did your moral compass. And the church you go to, obviously, because many of y'all claim that y'all are Christians and attend church. Y'all need to be dipped in that water again, baptized again. Anyway, so then this is Darius Crooks again trolling. This is how he operates. Clicks and views, remember. The lady from Creole with No Soul, now because now you know he's got to rename the restaurant. You know, he's supporting black businesses. Creole with No Soul blocked me. Now I can't read the comments, shaking my head because he wants the drama, clicks and views. This person then comments underneath, do you really feel that as a black man, you are doing a service to black restaurants in our city? It's giving miserable. Summed up very well. It's giving extremely miserable. How can you, for me, as a blogger, I can't watch this toxicity weekly. It's too fucking much. I can't do it. I know y'all want me to. I can't do it. I have to do it in spurts because it's too much. I could not imagine if it was my life, if this was what I like, if I were a scamming sassy bitch like him, a cross-eyed, sassy, wandering-eyed, sassy bitch scammer. If I was that, I couldn't imagine going to sleep and waking up every night, every day, having that be a part of my world. I could not. I would wither away in unhappiness. I can't even report on it, and he lives it. You gotta be miserable. You gotta be miserable. I mean, you are miserable. We know this. He's showing us clearly. It's clear. This another comment person says, why do people enjoy all this drama and tearing down others' hard work? So many people are taking pleasure out of bullying others. That's the other piece. That's why I pulled this one, because I'm like, that's exactly what they're doing. They're bullying. He goes to these restaurants and bullies these people. He bullies these establishments with people who are not as technologically savvy as him. Social media, don't have the social media savvy to deal with him. And then he goes, he bullies them. He puts his narrative out there. Some of these people got all of, 500 followers or 50 followers on their business page. And he gets to doing this crazy stuff and they don't know how to respond. They can't even get their narrative or their message out there because they don't have the platform that he has. That's bullying. Well, we know he's a cyberbully. We talked about that before. I've done shows on that. This other person says, okay, so if she blocked you, why don't you let it go? You already gave the review. What else you want? Messy. Another great point. I thought this was about the food reviews. Okay, you went there. You thought the food was gross. You thought the service was poor. Whatever he thought there. I don't even know. I ain't watched it. I ain't seen that video. Just the clip I showed y'all, but I don't know what really happened now. Whatever it was, you've done your job. You broadcast it to your D-hivers, D-hags, and flying monkeys. And deplorables. Those are the men who follow him. Deplorables. You've broadcasted to him. What else? Why are you doing all this other stuff? Because it's not about the food review. It's not about reviewing the restaurant. It's about bullying, clicks, views, drama. You showing. You're telling on yourself because you had no moral compass. You told us that. I like to play this, remind us. I ain't making this up. Up now, I don't want to play though.
Girl, shut up. Girl, shut up. Y'all wasn't saying that at first. Now you want to. It's sad to see. Now we got moral compass and moral value. We still didn't have it before.
Never had a moral compass. So then he posts and says, yesterday, the owner of Creole with a Splash of Soul had a few choice words. When I woke up, the live stream had been deleted. I forgot to play it last night on my IG Live. I was able to piece together the audio for your listening pleasure. Stay tuned. My response is coming in segments. It's coming in segments because that's more clicks and more views, more engagement, because he's like stringing the audience along during the day. It's content. This woman stated her stance and moved on with her life. And you're gonna wake up the next morning and be like, ooh, I need to play this for y'all. I want to create some content from this. I thought you were a food reviewer. Anyway, so then Morgan Casey in St. Louis posted this saying, partnering with Fox 2 Studios St. Louis on September 18th to feature the restaurants that have been negatively impacted this week by recent food critic. I wish they would not give him legitimate names because he's not. He's a sassy bitch. Can we get them to start calling him a sassy bitch? Because that's all he is. If you know an owner, please have them reach out and they give their information. So STL, St. Louis restaurants, I guess they're trying to band together. And we'll see as of September 18th or thereafter, we'll see, I guess, if something comes up out of this. But then there was another restaurant also involved. So that was Creole with a splash of soul. That was that situation. It probably ain't quite over because, she, as in he, as in Darius Crooks, probably sees the ability to, if he sees an opportunity to continue this drama, he will. So for now, that's all I got on that one. But it evolved because out of this situation, another restaurant in St. Louis got pulled into the drama. And that was, what is it called? Lily P's Diner. So there's a man owns Lily P's Diner, and he ended up posting after the initial drama with Creole with a splash of soul, the incident she had with Darius at her restaurant. Darius is that they know the monster is the Tasmanian devil is twirling around St. Louis trying to find another black restaurant to victimize, just twirling around, chaos, menacing. And so he's like, I don't want that over here. So he ends up posting. He says, yeah, y'all. Wait, no, was it this one? No, sorry. Wrong one. It's this one first. This one first. So, oh no, it was the other one. So he said, I don't know. We'll find out together. He says, yeah, y'all, after further investigation, and I say this in complete confidence in my food, especially if I'm cooking in my kitchen, and I am. This is the man y'all so hyped about. This is crazy, but people do change. But at the same time, look at the pattern for real. This man is killing black businesses. Well, we know that the majority of other business groups don't use our methods the way we do our promo. But still, this man has done our community wrong, not just here in our city, but across some state lines for real. Let's take a better look at what we decide to praise, y'all. For real, all clout and good clout. I think he was trying to say ain't good clout. So I think on this one, we gonna ride with Creole with a splash. We over here, Lily P's Diner, stand behind you and your team, Tamika. It's time we stand up together. I say what, put our own tasting together and show the world we cook in the Lou. So this was the owner of Lily P's hearing of Darius's drama with Creole with a splash. I guess I've been saying it wrong. Whatever I've been saying, it's different. So it's Creole with a splash. So he was dragging, the stuff happened with Creole with a splash. Lily P's owner gets a wind of it. He then starts hearing about Darius Crooks from other people, telling him he learns about Darius's scamming, all this other stuff. And he's like, oh, you got to be careful who you praise. So then fast forward, I get a little lost because as I'm doing my research, I'm like, okay, we're there with this. But then it looks like the owner of hold on. looks like the owner of Lily Pease changed his tune. I'm trying to make space for this new video. These videos I got, they're so good. I want like these little clips. I want to keep them, my sound bites, but I can't keep everything. Which one was that? That's this one. Okay. Is it this one? Yes. So this is Darius responding to. No, I think I might be playing this through something, but hold on, let me pause it.
She's free to comment.
So fast forward, and I think the guy then learns maybe, and I don't know, this is speculation from my part, because all of a sudden the guy's tune changes to all of a sudden he's kind of backpedaling on his views or thoughts about Darius Crooks. And I kind of started to feel like there's a possibility that he realized how many followers Darius Crooks has and the millions, because that does help him manipulate situations. We can argue about how many of them are real and how many of them are bots from Asia, from Pakistan. That's a whole nother story. But I believe that he started to get wind of that, and it started to make him change his tune. Like, wait a minute, this might be promo. So now all of a sudden, he's inviting Darius to his restaurant. Now, the issue is, I think Darius had went there, and the guy's restaurant was closed. That particular location, well, is his only location now, but he's opening another one. The location was closed because the guy has staffing issues. And so he's now only opened for special events at his restaurant. And then he's opening one somewhere else in town that is smaller that he plans to have to be his daily restaurant. That's not listed on Google. On Google, it still has the regular business hours. Darius Crooks goes there to cause chaos, and he hit a wall. He's spinning. He hit a wall because the door was locked. he couldn't get in. Nothing was happening. So Darius Crooks then took to dragging Lily Pease because and I did see that somewhere where he was like, man, y'all got to get y'all stuff together because these restaurants, they be saying they open and they not open, blah, blah, blah. True. I ain't gonna say it's not true that should be the case. But also we have stories of when Darius Crooks had Soul Crab Chicago and Donna Hammond, a fellow Veeple member, loyal Veeple member, went there after driving 40 minutes. I think it was on a Saturday or something. Driving 40 minutes, looking forward to the food. And she couldn't get in the restaurant. And it wasn't that closing time. It was hours before closing. They couldn't see her because they had no food. They had run out of food. They told her that they only had enough food for the people that were already in there sitting down, and they had no more food, so they was turning people away. What was that? 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other. So would you rather go to a restaurant thinking they're open and the Google, because Google says they're open, and you get there, you find out it's closed and they hadn't updated their Google hours, or you get there and they are open, but they have no food to serve you, so you don't get nothing at either establishment. That's kind of how it happens. So I don't know, half on one hand, 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other. That's how I look at it. So if you've gone through that, wouldn't you give a little grace? I mean, I would mention it's fine to maybe I would not be broadcasting it that way, but I would, again, if I'm here to help Black businesses, elevate Black businesses, there'll be something I would bring to their attention and let them know, hey, I do food reviews across the country, and I was going to promote your restaurant, but man, I pull up and it's saying it's open on Google and it's not. And then they can improve that behind the scenes. Because you can say, because I understand, because I've had restaurants that failed health inspections many times. That's a whole nother story. I was going to be shut down for that. But then even before that, the state of Georgia took my business license of 2 of them. And then the other one I closed because I couldn't finagle the money anyway. Because, there was times I had my restaurant open and we had no food. That would be how I would approach it if it's the truth. It's the truth. Let's approach it. Let's be real. He always says I'm transparent. I tell the truth. Can we get some of that? Can we get some of that? Why are you trying to hypnotize people into these lies? Let's get some of that for real. Anyway, so Darius Crooks posts this, and he says, now this is after Lily Pease, now he's had a conversation with the guy, and behind the scenes, I guess they connected some kind of way. Darius had blocked him or something, but then the guy was petitioning and going live asking, I just wanted to have a man-to-man conversation, blah, blah, blah. And I guess that happened or something. They talk. The guy's inviting Darius to come to his restaurant saying, you know, whatever. Darius then later sees the post from earlier, and then he goes to, again, clicks and views. Everything is click. Well, everything for drama is clicks and views, but Darius has a whole life that he ain't gonna never post about. Whole life, like the scams. We never see him saying, yeah, today I forged a document to finagle and get out of paying Amazon that $200,000 they want from my original scam back in 2012. Like, he don't tell that stuff. That ain't gonna come out as a post. But this bull ass will. So he says, something didn't feel right about the convo earlier with the owner of Lily Pease. My live is still up. When he still, they must have did that on Facebook there. I made up in my mind that I wouldn't go. I just finished an interview and they asked me if I was going. I told them nope. Then I get home and start trying to go through inbox messages and DMs and saw this. What he means is he was on surfing the internet for the drama and clicks and views, not going through inbox and DMs of legitimate business dealings that he has with people customers asking for their deliveries and information on their dining with Darius diarrhea events. None of that. He ain't got time for that. He'll tell them in a minute. I ain't got time for that. But he got time for this drama. He said, God makes no mistakes. See, using the name of God in vain. God ain't got nothing to do with this. God makes no mistakes. I was never supposed to go here in the first place. Always go where you're welcome. Well, we kind of telling you you're not welcome on the internet, but you stay here. We keep telling you go away. You stay. Please take heed to that. You're not welcome on the internet anymore. We would love to see you go away. Okay, so then here's the guy, the Lily Pease guy. Let me see. How long we been doing this? 2.5 hours. I kind of thought this might go up to close to 3 hours. We got one more story after this one. I'm gonna play a commercial after this just for y'all that don't. If y'all ain't got premium or YouTube Red, just know Bill gotta get his money. So we're gonna hit a commercial after this segment. Which one was this? So this is the guy how long is it? Okay, it's 2 minutes. This is the guy apologizing to Darius Crooks. Now, there was another interview that was done with the New St. Louis News. I think it's called New St. Louis News. This guy, and I think he's a blogger, he ended up interviewing Darius Crooks through all this drama. It was a fluff piece. He asked Darius some questions, but he wasn't holding Darius' feet to the fire. Darius was, spinning the narrative and out talking the guy. But this Lily Pease guy also interviewed with them, I think the same day. And what I know from that interview, and it was 20-something minutes, so I'm not playing that here. It wasn't a whole lot of substance, to be honest. But it was 20-something minutes. And in it, what I gathered was he had the first thought he had when he heard about what happened with Creole with a Splash, took her side. Then I think he learned about all the Darius. He took her side because he had initially learned about all the Darius's scams and all the stuff that's out there publicly about him and being a crook. Then I think he learned how big of a platform the crook had, and he started thinking about his business and how it could help his business. And I think that made him say, well, I'm gonna let this dude come because any publicity is good publicity. He also then, by the time he did the interview with the New St. Louis News, rewrote the narrative on Darius Crooks and Darius's background, and he made some assumptions, which a lot of people do with all this stuff that's happening because there's so much out there about Darius Crooks. That Darius Crooks was a former crook, a former scammer, and he thought Darius even did jail time. He was like, yeah, and people have, do some stuff, and they can turn their life around like I did. And so he then talks about vaguely, quickly, that he was formerly incarcerated and turned his life around. So he attached his bootstrap story of working hard and doing things legitimately to make a life for himself and his family to Darius Crooks, when they don't belong on Darius Crooks, because Darius Crooks had and still does not have a moral compass, and was and still is a crook and a criminal. This guy don't know that. It's too much information. It confuses the people, and people attach only what they're familiar with. So now in his mind, well, Darius used to be a good guy, but look at what he's accomplished. So I'm okay with attaching myself to him now, not realizing, no, this guy is still a crook, still actively crooking. And now you're attaching yourself to that. But he kind of tells us, I think in this particular video, I think here he mentions it as well. It's kind of like business is business.
Exactly what I said on there, but I'm gonna post the inbox where
I'll be right back.
I guess I was blocked. He didn't respond to the shit. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't create the smoke and then run. Like, why would you do that? You posted something about me. Again, I'm defending myself again, protecting my brand. You posted something about me. I corrected it before it even got out of hand. Then you catch up to it, and now you done blew it up. I appreciate it, but come on, man. Again, Steve, you blocked me for what? We just had a man-to-man conversation. Again, that post was premature to me speaking to you and finding out who you are. If I ain't mistaken, you just was on live on Real SEL News over there, saying that how, people make the preconceived notion about this type of person, and then when they speak to the person, that they said that they ain't even the way that they preconceived them, right? We just had that same situation right here, but you blocked me and you don't want to address that. This ain't about clout, man. It's about facts, man. I can't help it that the platform is the platform. Y'all heard me talk all the time about doing what's right, being positive, and sharing positive inspiration on how we can move and how we can move as a unit around this world. You know what I'm saying? You heard me saying it on Real SEL News earlier about how all this is always affected. Like, now this, I'm not making this as a black man versus a black man thing. Nah, this ain't that. This is a right versus wrong thing. This is a accountability thing. This is literally about and again, I apologize to him because I realized that I was talking about myself and I was dead wrong. But we don't understand that, though. I ain't apologizing for that shit no more because I done it already. And that's what it is. But bottom line is this, man. At the end of the day, man, how could you right or wrong when the fuck you don't get a chance to? Tell me that.
Oh, baby. He's just so lost. He don't know what the hell going on. Aaron, I see your comment on this. I want to put it up, but I ain't going to put it up. Aaron M., but I'm with you. I'm with you. And the 26-minute interview is even, y'all. That's why I'm about to play this commercial, because if y'all knew what I went through today, the shit I had to watch. I'll be right back for some of y'all, and the rest of y'all we're gonna keep talking as I get ready for the next segment. I ain't gonna get into the next segment before y'all come back, but here go y'all commercial. See you in a minute. Pay me what you owe me. Shot. Get my money. I'm not playing with y'all in the rest of 2023 all the way through. I'm not playing with y'all about my money no more. If Darius Crooks, and I'm not trying to scam y'all. I don't want to have to. Well, I'm not going to ever do that. But Dana Chanel and Darius Crooks, they don't do what I'm doing because they just decide to scam y'all. They like, forget the commercials. I'm just going to scam y'all. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play my commercials, get my money. So yeah, ooh. So the 26-minute interview, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. A lot with nothing being said, really. So he just bought into the narrative, and that's the other piece too that just, I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to like detach from the disappointment in humanity, because that's what affects me. I don't care about crooks like that, whatever. It's the disappointment in humanity that people are so enamored with the perception of success, the perception of wealth, all of that, that they just throw out like moral compasses, and they get so easily impressed. So this guy is standing 10 toes down in the beginning when he first hears about Darius, but then here's the pieces that have the sparkle on it, the glitz and glam, he got a lot of followers. Oh, I'm, because he mentioned, I think in the longer interview, I don't know if he mentioned it here because I walked out, but he also mentioned something about how much money supposedly Darius made at doing something. And I said, there you go right there. That's enough to make people just turn off their moral compass. It don't matter. Now I'm gonna justify him being a scammer. I'm gonna say, oh well, I did some bad things in my life too. But this is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about what you did in your past that you have paid the cost for and gone to prison for. We're talking about somebody who's actively still doing things that they've never paid the price for. Besides $145,000 to the state of Georgia for scamming people with a credit repair company, but that's only one of them. Who just Mocha? If you don't stop preaching in my chat, where you at? Let me find you. You better stop preaching in this chat. Darius bought those followers. Darius bought the perception of wealth. Yes, absolutely. He did, to the point that he started to gain it for real. Now, I mean, I hear people like, he ain't got no money, he broke, he not a millionaire. No, he is at this point, but he scammed his way to get there. But yes, he is. He definitely has it. Now, what his overhead looks like and how much he gonna be able to keep of it, and if he paying his taxes, and if that's gonna bite him in the, like, that part I don't know about. But what I can say is he has definitely scammed Black America out of millions of dollars at this point, for sure. Yes. But he did it through the perception of success, then wealth, then, and at a certain point, you got people buying into it. Now he can say, I'm doing a masterclass on how you build wealth. Oh my God, he a millionaire, I want to pay. And then they can't even get in the class because it's part of his scam. That's part he leaves out of his masterclasses, is how he scams y'all. Okay, so that was Lily Peas. I don't know what else to say about the dude. Po baby. Good luck. Good luck. So then we have good old trusted dusted Andrew Caldwell, aka Drewski. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. He chimed in as well, because for those of you who don't know, Andrew Caldwell lives in St. Louis. And so this for him was a, this was his home turf, and he'll pop on, hop on the Darius drama train when the mood hits him. So for those of you who don't know, Andrew Caldwell actually does have a job on a local St. Louis radio station. I don't know the call numbers or anything, but he's on the radio daily. He's on a morning show. And so this is him on the morning show. It's his paid job. For those of you who might be, Bill, what you saying? Like, this ain't making sense. What you saying? Andrew got a job? Yes. Andrew Caldwell has a real job as a radio host. He's a part of a morning team, but yes. Hot. Thank you, Alice. Hot. Between Alice, Precious, and Marianne, I am never without information. But thank you. On Hot 104.1, that is the radio station that Andrew Caldwell is on. So this is him that morning, or whatever. I think it was that particular morning. He's hearing all the chaos. I think it was the next morning, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the second day that Darius Crooks was there causing chaos. And so he's talking about it. It's 2 clips, so I'll play it.
went live on Facebook and I confronted him about scamming my supporters. For receipt, they purchased some pots and pans and things.
Okay, Andrew Cardwell is updating his morning team about his history with Darius Crooks. And what he's referring to, for those of you who aren't familiar, is a video I've now done twice, where Darius taps into Andrew's, I can't remember who got in who's live, but got in the live, and Andrew Cardwell was telling Darius, pay his supporters, give them their money back because Darius was scamming them. Andrew was claiming that he was getting a lot of messages from many of his followers saying that Darius was scamming them on their orders. So he went to defend them. Darius Crooks made a mockery of him and then even created t-shirts, I am delivered, and what's your order number? So again, making a mockery and making money off of his, mindless, blind flying monkeys. They're the ones who really got victimized. That's the crazy part. They never realized that piece of it. Oh my God. So anyway, he's explaining that, giving a backstory for those of you who didn't know.
Things like that with his name, and they never received him. And he responded, what is the order number? What is the order number? And that was the only thing he can say. So after the live, I'm on, it's videos all on YouTube. We in the Shade Room. Shout out to the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk. And they was like, well, Andrew exposed Darius Crooks. And so many other people were inboxing me that don't have a platform. See, he will get you if you don't have a platform, because he knows that he can't, you can't respond back, and he will block you real fast. He blocks everybody. His block list should be about 20,000 real followers, and he should keep them and not back.
Copyright disclaimer. This is for copyright purposes, just for research, news reporting, teaching, and all of that. We're just researching.
Black-owned business, and we wanted to get your side. Now. Don't let me get the feds on you now. Don't make me call the feds. Okay? You better ask somebody. If I was you, Darius, I would get the hell out our city. If I was you, I would get out. You sit around, you bash business, you blast. Let me tell y'all something. And for y'all to agree with him, y'all stupid too. Okay? You stupid as well. This man preys on black-owned business. This man owns anything. He's not, no company in their right mind would pay this fat funk, 300-pound man to come to their business and say, we want you to, why you haven't went to Raising Cane's? They don't season their chicken. Why you haven't been to Chick-fil-A?
He actually did go to Raising Cane. He has, I don't think he hasn't done a food review per se on it, but he has talked about Raising Cane's before. I actually got a live, y'all know I got a ton of recordings. I'm purposely also doing commentary. There's a whole thing we have to do here on YouTube. And some people, you got to do it for more than others. I'll just put it that way.
We need to know, is the chicken real? You sit around and you praise on black-owned business, and you need to go stop it. And you need to sit down and you need to cut it out. No one is paying you. You're using your money that you've been scamming people.
It's music playing. Okay, y'all get the point. It's Andrew. Y'all get the I'm done. Because it's stressing me out because I'm thinking about copyright stuff. And the thing about Andrew and his rants with this is he like actually has good points in between some of the stuff. Because someone would be like, yes, you're right. No brands will take them. But then he goes and then it's like, oh, wait, hold on. Come back. Andrew, don't do that. Don't say that. You're wrong. No, that part is wrong, Andrew. That's not how you pronounce it. That's why you be trying to get me. Okay. What am I doing now? Okay, so we got that. So Andrew jumped in. That was the whole thing. I just wanted to show that Andrew Cardwell jumped in it as well because of the fact that it was in his town. Also, Darius Crooks had went on his live, IG Lives, and said that Andrew's station, they were begging him to come on the morning show. Andrew said, we asked him, but nobody's begging him. We don't have to have you like these. Like, we've had real celebrities, Nick Cannon, and he named some other people that's been on that show. He's like, we didn't need you on this show. It's like, you're here, there's drama. But Darius Crooks, and I can't wait till I pull this thing together. But part of the conversation needs to be as well the fact that Darius Crooks will only go to interviews that are softball interviews or people who are already on his enablers. Tasha K, The Wiley Show. He thought the Shade Room, but that didn't work out because he knew the owners. The Larry Reed Lie and Isamo. It's always the lower common denominator of shows. Any show, and then he went on some show in Nashville. He went on that show because one of the hosts was a D-hiver, obviously, or D-hag, obviously. It was so clear. It was a lady and 3 men. One of the men was so disinterested. He didn't talk at all the entire time, and he was walking away from his mic. He was looking at his hands. He was fidgeting. He just wanted it to be over. There was a guy who was a deplorable, so he was kind of feeding into the Darius Crooks narrative as well. Those are where he knows that narrative will align with his. Those are the only interviews he'll ever do. He will never get in a real conversation with someone about his situation in general. He never wants to be fully held accountable because he can't hold accountable to that. And the only time he will fake like he's willing to address general questions or whatever is when he can do it from behind his phone on his IG lives, where he can drag somebody who's made a comment or asked a question and then block them. So there's no real dialogue there. There's no real questioning. He's a sassy bitch. Sassy bitch moves. Yes, Raising Cane's toast is good. And the cane sauce is good too. Y'all gonna make me want some. Let's not talk about it. So then we have let me give y'all one more commercial because we about to be gone. I got pay me what you owe me. Shot. So we have, did that go into a commercial? Let me see. Oh, it went that time. So we're gonna go into the last story. We'll wait for some of our people to get back. But the last story is the Poppy Cuisine, which was, man, I should have wrote it down. I'm so bad with, I want to say this was in Boston. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it real quick since we got some of the people on a commercial break. Some of them. Thank y'all though. I appreciate y'all that watch for free, because that's why I get the real money. Okay, so we have Darius Crooks, while he was in Baltimore a couple weeks ago, had drama there. Oh, surprise. I know y'all are just shocked. He had some drama there too with the owner of a different restaurant. Not the two we just talked about. Not the other ones we talked about before. This is a new one. I don't think I ever got around to this story. I'm pretty sure I didn't. It was on my radar when it was in real time, and then I think I wasn't going live or something. But he was at Poppy Cuisine, which is in Baltimore, Maryland, and I did not see this particular live. I don't know. I might have it recorded. I have no idea. But he went to this restaurant and something was wrong with the lemonade, and he had all kind of other complaints. He also was saying the food was too expensive. Now, he drugged this out over days too. Well, this actually over weeks, the drama of this over weeks. He claimed that the guy was overcharging for the food as well. I think he said his bill was $400 for something that should have been maybe, nowhere near that amount of money. I'm like, but you charge $289 for a taste test dining with diarrhea event in an Airbnb. Make it make sense per person. That's a per person cost. How do you have the audacity? That's to me where the narcissistic sociopathic behavior mindset. Hello, anybody home? I mean, any like real emotions, any mental capacity up here, not just, you know, smarts, not just, you know, book smarts, mental, emotional, social emotional. Because how you pointing a finger at this man for his prices when you charge $289 per person for Airbnb taste test, where people have to walk around and bring their own Tupperware containers and shopping bags and walk around a shared trough of food from random tables with a bunch of strangers, 30 other strangers they don't know, scooping out stuff, sharing utensils, all kind of germs. And you talking about this man charging you for an experience. Because we know, those of us who do dine, I dine out a lot, I'm a foodie. We know that it is not just about the food, it is also about the experience. So you're not only paying, and he know this ish too, he know this. It is not just about the plate, it is also about the ambiance, the experience, all of that stuff. So anyway, I haven't seen that exact experience. I might have, might not, I don't know. But this was the aftermath. So this is the owner of Poppy Cuisine. This is Poppy. No, I don't know what his name is. Hold on, let me pull that clip. And he is addressing the aftermath of what has occurred after Darius Crooks left his establishment. I'm just waiting on it to come up on my computer. I could have been doing this while I had some of y'all on a commercial break, couldn't I? Here we go. So this is him addressing.
Bro, not being homophobic at all by saying what I said. He literally...
I think right before that, he had called him a sassy bitch. No, I think he did say sassy or something. He might have left out the bitch part.
blocked our pages because he blocked our pages because we posted a positive comment on his review. We literally he put a picture of, I guess, our wings up to Miss Carter's Kitchen wings, and we told him, like, yo, we support all the restaurants in Baltimore. We support all the restaurants in Baltimore, okay? The restaurant that you're currently at right now, we've done work with them. We've done brunches with them, Kanoka. Like, we have a tight-knit community like that. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to create division in the city. And for that, we got blocked for saying that, for keeping it positive. Oh, so we didn't comp the bill because of this. Because when we were there, I was like, you know what, we should comp, XYZ, etc. But I walked over to him like, you know what, I apologize, for the lemonade, etc., etc. Yada yada. He said, oh, it's fine, it's cool, things happen, yada yada yada. I'm like, all right, cool. When he walked out of the restaurant, as I said, he didn't even afford us the opportunity to tell us, his review, because he knew that he was going to run to Facebook and post the review and get clicks and make money off of it. Why would we comp a bill to someone who's going to drag our name through the mud and make money off of it? Your bill is already comped. The bill is comped at that point. Go ask him how much money he made off of dragging our name through the mud.
So that was
been a lot of publicity.
That was his original, Poppy Cuisine's original response immediately in the aftermath. And then Darius Crooks, again, pattern. He's on these IG lies, not lives, but lies, because all he does is lie through them. He's on them multiple times a day. So after this, of course, he's back on there laying shirtless with his rusty taco meat chest out and dragging Poppy Cuisine, insulting the food. This guy is a legitimate chef, accomplished. He's saying just insulting the food, but you know. So what he didn't know about Poppy is Poppy is a bit of a elevated clapback king, in my opinion. And so he wasn't done. So he then comes back now. He didn't gave his live to talk to his followers and explain to them what's happening, because this ish is all over the internet, and he's doing what he needs to do for his brand. But then he's like, oh, I see I'm dealing with a sassy bitch. So let me put this out there. Let me meet her where she is. Well, she go low, I'm gonna go high. So he does this video. It's got some music in it. I'm gonna see. I might have to mute pieces of it just to try to work with the music, but I do want you to hear what he's saying too, because he talks through it.
Been a lot of publicity surrounding the Poppy Cuisine brand lately.
He's getting in his Maserati, y'all.
For those who don't know me, I'm Chef Alex Perez, entrepreneur and owner of Poppy Cuisine restaurant in Baltimore. When I first started this whole Poppy Cuisine brand and business about 10 years ago, from delivering to business and residential clients to opening our first brick and mortar 1 month prior to the global shutdown, in which we thrive because of the love and desire our customers have for the Poppy Cuisine brand. And over the years, it has grown various legs in the food industry, events, retail food products, and currently in development, a fast casual version of Poppy Cuisine with franchising opportunities.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta at least pause it. I'm hoping this music don't get me copywritten. Pay me what you owe me. Shot. This ain't free. This ain't volunteer work I'm doing over here. Okay, we should be good.
For years, feedback, praise, and constructive criticism has been at the foundation of Poppy Cuisine's growth. Although many people love what we do at Poppy Cuisine, I understand we won't be everyone's cup of tea. However, I will not stand for division of restaurants in our community, especially for how hard it is running a successful restaurant. So no matter if we're being told we're doing great or bad, we choose to do better anyway. Politics as usual.
I love it. He walks away, and this dude is a clapback king. I love him. He walks away, because this is my type of clapping back. He walks away for you to see the crowd outside of his restaurant as he walks away. Oh, that's my kind of petty. Oh, that's my kind of petty. So this was his response to Crooks, because Crooks is every day, every night trolling, just dragging the type of ish he's used to doing to all of these business owners who, for whatever reason, don't agree with him or, have the nerve to actually say something about him dragging their business publicly. So there's people are joining in. Now, Poppy's people, like, I've never been to the restaurant, I've never had it, but from what I can tell, he don't play, and neither do his customers and people who love his food. From what it sounds like Darius is describing to what the people's, and even I think I saw a comment or two talking about his food. It's not equal. I think Darius Crooks impresses his opinion of food and his taste buds as if it's fact, because it's not his thing. And he doesn't say it in a sense of it's not my thing. It's disgusting. It's not elevated. This is nothing, blah, blah, blah. Versus, well, I ain't really a fan of this. That, like, for me, I don't really never like he don't approach it that way. It's not humble. It's not humble. So his Poppy's followers started to chime, or people in general, but some of his followers as well, chiming in with their own commentary on this situation. Someone put this: Poppy Cuisine equals the Today Show and Al Roker. Darius Crooks equals I-Team investigation with Randy Travis. Like, y'all are not equal. Y'all not on the same level. You probably should have left this one alone. You probably should have just backed away slowly. Just backed away slowly. This wasn't what you wanted. So then someone else commented, listen, he was just jealous. Oprah been to your restaurant and you've been on the Today Show. You thought he was actually going to come to your spot and show love? Nah, a hater gonna be a hater no matter how hard they try to hide it. Hashtag keep pushing. I didn't know until I ran into that comment today as I was pulling this live together for y'all that, for one, that he had been on the Today Show with Al Roker. Also, Oprah been to his restaurant. Only people I've seen at only media I've seen at Darius's restaurants were news reporters when it was getting shut down by the state. That's the only time I've seen any coverage of his restaurant and his own vlogs. So Poppy, this is not made up. This is not made up. Not made up. I got it for y'all. Y'all know I got y'all. Might take me a minute to get it. I got y'all. Let me see. Where's it?
Bike tour?
Kind of like Gloria.
Yep, that's right.
Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
Yeah, and that's all of these.
Yeah, yeah. Crab cake egg roll.
Here we go.
Muted because of all that music.
Wow. Chef Alf, you have done Baltimore proud.
Thank you.
Time here in Baltimore is coming to an end.
Successful Black entrepreneur, restaurateur, who has not been indicted or had any charges from the state's attorney general, has not had any fraud scams, has not been exposed by multiple news outlets. I mean, he's not been exposed by the Today Show. He's being promoted by the Today Show, a national morning show. And Darius Crooks is acting like his opinion of the restaurant means it's garbage. So Darius Crooks has gone as far as to continue to troll, because then what he wanted to say, because people were stating some of these facts, like, for one, this man's food is impeccable looking. Obviously, a lot of people enjoy it. There are lines outside of his restaurant people waiting to get in, and he's opening another location, and all opened his restaurant at the beginning of the pandemic, and it thrived, and it's growing to be additional locations through the pandemic. That says a lot about what he's doing over there. But there is he's promoting black businesses, though. This seems like the kind of black business you would promote. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. No, he finds something wrong with it, and then calls the guy an Instagram cook. Because his presentation is so great, he can't give this man credit to say, well, he is an impeccable chef. He minimizes it by saying, well, it looks good, but he an Instagram chef, meaning it don't taste good, it just look good. It's just artwork. Hater. Miserable. No moral compass. You ain't got nothing to show for. But anyway, Poppy ain't done. So Darius Crooks, let me show you what he did. So one of Darius Crooks' complaints that I vaguely remember was he was complaining that the guy had, Poppy Cuisine has at their restaurant, crab cake egg rolls. And he said that they were, I think, nasty or whatever. So, and that the guy didn't know how to make them and all of this. So Darius Crooks calls himself getting on his, he said they were unnecessary. He's doing too much. There's no need to make everything an egg roll. I do remember seeing that. But yet then he gets on his, he does these cooking videos, once a week sometimes. And so he decides on this particular week that he's going to make the crab cake egg rolls. And here's the foolishness.
Spring roll and a beautiful, beautiful dip to dip it in.
That crunch was too much for me, y'all. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all like it, but I was like, that don't sound like something I want to eat. Sound like his veneers are cracking. So that was him trolling Poppy Cuisine, basically saying, this is how you do crab cake egg rolls. You didn't do it right. Although you got a whole restaurant where people are ordering these and running to get them. This ain't how you do it. You not doing them right. I'm going to show you where I'm the only one tasting them. Now, he says that he'll never do food competitions because he doesn't compete. He's the best, so he don't need to compete. The thing is, he doesn't compete because he knows he'll lose. He would never, like, if somebody was to say, well, why don't the two of y'all make the crab cake egg rolls, the stuff you claim he can't make, or that doesn't taste good, you make it and then he make it. How the hell? And here's the flying monkey behavior. You ain't proof it's to us. I'm gonna need to get off here in a minute because I'm ready to start cursing. I'm getting tired. And we're gonna be at almost 3.5, 4 hours. But y'all deserve it. It's been too long. You tasting that. And that crunch sounds disgusting to me, but who tasted it? What objective person tasted it? You're not objective about your own stuff. Are you going to really get on there trying to troll somebody making what they are known to make? And if yours is not good, you're going to be like, oh, y'all, I messed this up. Are you going to do that? Not you. No. I know you claim to be, as you're hip. I'm transparent. I know you claim to be, but we know the truth is you're not. Lies. The lies you tell. The lies you tell. And they buy it. Ooh, that look good. Derry Massa, you did that. Ooh, you done trolled him. So then somebody did a mashup here to show Poppy Cuisines at the top right hand. That'll be your top right. That's Poppy Cuisine's plating of his crab cake, egg rolls, or spring rolls, whatever they call them. And then to the left, top left, is Darius Crook's finished product. Which one looks appetizing to you? Number one being Darius Crook's. The same damn egg rolls this Negro has been making since he was 19 years old. He's been making egg rolls since he was 19 years old. Those look like the same ones he used to make when he would do these little dinner parties and stuff and his own birthday parties. He would cater his own food. I've had that. It's not that amazing. It's really not that good. It's just okay. It was okay because that was first time I was having egg rolls in somebody's house without buying it from a Chinese restaurant. It was okay. So which one looks more appetizing? Number one or number two? Number two being Poppy Cuisine. Y'all put it in the chat. Number one if it's Crooks. Number two if it's Poppy Cuisine. And I'm going to play the video. And we're going to see what the chat looks like.
Lemon pepper tartar sauce. What was the creativity on the plate at Poppy Cuisine?
So someone is asking because they're like this is during his actual cooking live when he's done and he's acting like he did something. He fake getting drunk, drinking that Kool-Aid sangria out of a Rubbermaid container. They're asking him, where's the creativity? Because I thought you were competing and trying to prove you're better than Poppy Cuisine. And we just watched you make the most basic egg roll that anybody can make. And so that was his answer. I'll play that again so you understand the context.
Lemon pepper tartar sauce. What was the creativity on the plate at Poppy Cuisine?
So he's admitting he has no creativity. That's not where. Now he's rating these restaurants with creativity. You had none on that plate. And he's trying to minimize Poppy Cuisine to it looked good to y'all, but it ain't good. I tasted it. It's disgusting. Hater. Here's another post. Is this one? I think it's this one. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. This one. This commenter says, poor Tink Tink, aka Darius, had the nerve to call your place an Instagram restaurant when all he is an Instagram cook. Because again, he can't deny, usually he can rip these restaurants apart from A to Z and nobody's none the wiser. Because for one, we can't taste the food he tasting. For two, when you're looking at some, basic food that you see everywhere else, a burger, a fry, some mac and cheese, some whatever on a plate, generally for restaurant, it's going to look basically the same for the most part. It's hard to tell. But when you look at Poppy Cuisine's cuisine, they're elevated. You can tell they're looking like you're like, ooh, I would like to try that. That looks good. So he can't denigrate the way that it looks. So he then says, but y'all ain't tasted it. It's nasty. He can't cook. This man can't cook. So anyway, Poppy wasn't done. Poppy, it's like, quit playing in my face. Quit playing in my face. Poppy's response to that. Oh, no. Wait, let me make sure. Am I skipping? Nope. Okay, I'm not skipping. Poppy got 2 more clapbacks. I thought I was about to play the last one. No, it's 2 more clapbacks. He's my favorite. As soon as I get to Baltimore, the next time I go, I will be going to Poppy Cuisine. Absolutely. Save me a seat. Okay, which one is that? So this was after Darius Crook's crab cake scam, crab cake egg roll scam, and this was Poppy not Poppy Thugs, Poppy's Cuisine. I definitely got to mute this. He got music playing the whole time. But he is showing how plating is actually supposed to be done by a professional. So he is plating his delicious entrees and delectables. And he's showing a comparison of Darius attempting to do the same with some meatballs with a paintbrush. Lord Jesus Christ. And then wait, let me see. I think he says it is. I just can't play. I think it's music. Oh wait, I gotta play this part. Hold on. Oh my God. The trolling is too good. It's on a high level. It's elevated. So he got okay, so that's Poppy Thug. I keep calling Poppy Thug. I don't know why that's in my head. Poppy okay.
We all make mistakes. All of us. Yeah, even the best of us. Somehow, while trying to do right, we mess things up along the way. We disappoint others. We disappoint ourselves. We all make mistakes. But it's not over. It's not over. We fall down, but we get up.
I wish I could play that over and over and over for y'all. I cannot keep playing the music because it would be. He did not add Donnie McClurkin, we fall down, but we get up. At the music switches. I just want y'all to see the transition just one more time. I'm back home and it's so true.
We all make mistakes. All of us. Yeah, even the best of us. Somehow, while trying to.
Yes, who is that? Mocha Goddess? Goodness, rather. Poppy posted this. This is his level. He is not only an elevated chef, he is an elevated troller. This is his, well, I don't know if he hires people to do this, but this is his content. This is what he puts out there. And he's not done. He is not done. Oh my God, he's not done. Hold on. Let me see what else I got. I can pull this one down. Whew, y'all. Oh, just when I thought Foolishness Friday wasn't foolish. Thank you, Poppy. So this is because Poppy like, I'm not playing with you. Every time you do something, I'm finna come back right back at you. And every time he does it, he throws down the gavel, case dismissed. Like, case dismissed. Next case. It's done. Convicted. Life sentence. Oh, it's over for you. So, but you know, Darius Crooks, he's a sassy bitch. He will never, he has no moral compass. There's just no limits to Darius Crooks. You can embarrass him, but he is truly like the spawn of Satan. You can, knock him down. You can, stab him in the heart with a stake. He ain't gonna get back up. You can wear garlic around your neck. It might keep him away for a little while, but he ain't gonna still come. So that's what Darius Crooks did. He then decides to say that because people were talking about his Poppy Cuisine, they call it apple turnover. His apple turnover. People are saying how great it is. And I've seen comments saying how it's so great that they would actually drive distances to go get it. Oh, that's bothering Crooks. Again, but we're promoting Black businesses, so I don't know why this bothers you so much. Again, your taste buds aren't my taste buds. My taste buds aren't your taste buds. There are I have multiple friends. And there are some of us who, like, one of my friends loves the Waffle House. Loves it. Every time we go out of town, if there's Waffle House, we got to go to the Waffle House for that friend because they love it. I'm like, Waffle House, okay. I will eat it. It ain't disgusting, but it ain't like, if I never had it again, I wouldn't miss it. Another friend loves this African restaurant in Chicago. Loves it. Oh my God, try to get everybody to go there. The food is okay. I don't love it. I ain't had it in the, I don't know, 4 or 5 years probably now. For the pandemic for sure. I don't miss it. He loves it. He goes monthly. Don't mean the food is nasty because I'm not like a huge fan of it. So but Crooks, because he is a narcissistic sociopath, only his thinking is right, feels like his taste buds are the taste buds. So again, people are traveling and raving about this apple turnover that Poppy Cuisine makes. But Darius Crooks, for whatever reason, is not a fan of it. And so everyone else is wrong. Foolishness. So he puts this post and he says, fact, slide 1. This is how much time he got. Now, he can't answer the emails of his flying monkeys who didn't order stuff from him that ain't getting their orders and all the other drama he got. He can't take care of that stuff, but he can do this. This takes a lot of effort. I know, I do social media. This stuff takes a lot of effort, this foolishness. So he says, this is the Mark 24 of Poppy Cuisine review from one of my newer followers. For context, she indicated that her experience was less than favorable. Oh, he always tries to do this too. He'll pick out certain of his followers who agree with him and then share that information and state it as if that proves his point. These are people who are your flying monkeys. And just because 2 or 3 people agree with you, or 100, this man has a successful, thriving restaurant that has grown into multiple locations and thrived through the pandemic. Their taste buds are not our taste buds. My taste buds are not their taste buds. It's okay. But it's got to be fact because this is his belief system. Because he's a hater. So anyway, he says, for context, she indicated that her experience, again, this is supposed to be, we're promoting Black businesses, but we need to prove that this one has failed in this area. She indicated that her experience was less than favorable. She did say the Apple turnover is what saved the day. Now he tries to rip it apart because this woman was saying, but the Apple turnover though, woo. So now he's trying to say, well, don't get that credit because that's not even his. It's a frozen food. It's frozen. So he says, fact, slide 2. These are frozen apple blossoms from Trader Joe's. Fact 3, slide 3. This is how they're individually packed to sell at TJ's. Fact 4, slide 4. This is how a freshly baked apple turnover from TJ's looks. Fact 5, slide 5. Side by side, PC, which is Poppy Cuisine, versus TJ. Fact 6, slide 6. Per Poppy Cuisine's website today, the apple turnover is $13. Counting this man up all his charges, but your dinners are fan club parties are $289. Well, discounted to $100 now because of the fact that you can't get people to show up. That's another story, even though you said you sold out. Fact 7, that was another fact I just gave y'all. But fact 7, slide 7 says 2 apple blossoms cost $2.49 at TJ's. That's literally a 522% markup for a frozen dessert. I don't know the facts. Y'all cool with this? So this is defamation here. This is defamation. Because he's claiming that Poppy Cuisine is in fact serving people frozen apple blossoms and charging them 522% markup. And not that these are made from scratch. I don't know why he's concerned with other people's markups, because he's charging $200 and some odd for skillets and pots that he gets from Alibaba for $9 for the skillet. He pays, I think it's $7 based on like the volume. And then his the little casserole dishes and stuff, I think are they like $20 or something, and he's charging $200 and some odd dollars. So let's talk about your markup. And then he tells people I can mark up stuff all I want. It's the gaslighting for me. It's the contradictions for me. It's the narcissistic sociopathic behavior for me. How is it okay for you to do it, but then you're going to point out and I'm going to get to the fact that this is all gaslighting and wrong. I'm going to get to that next, because Poppy clapped back. But even if this is true, why would you call this man out about what he's serving at his restaurant if he's making a profit and people are okay with it? Because that's what you claimed with your stuff. Leave my people alone if they want to pay for it and all of that. Boy, when God has his last say on this situation, I tell you, it's gonna be one for the generations. I tell y'all, we ain't gonna never have been seeing nothing like what we gonna see when it comes down on crooks. All right, so Poppy does not sit back idly for these sort of things. And so are y'all ready to see what Poppy said? Put yes in the chat if you want to see, or no if you don't care what Poppy's clapback was. You can put no, but if you want to see, put yes. I'm not going to do an actual poll, because while y'all doing that, I'm going to pull it. Because no matter what, we still pulling it. Because y'all got to see this. Oh, y'all got to see this. Oh, come on, computer. I was trying to do this more smooth than that. What's this one called? This one. Yep, that's it. Poppy ain't gonna let us down. It's a lot of music, so I'm just gonna mute it. So Poppy's like, yeah, quit playing in my face. I told you. Did you not get the message? Hello, anybody home? Sociopathic narcissist. Anybody home? Do you understand that you're trying to play in the face of a grown man who's not a scammer, who actually has a legitimate restaurant, who's actually a real chef, not a self-taught cook, home cook, who scammed people into thinking. Poppy Thug shows us a demonstration, and it's actually a little longer than this. Like, he shows the whole process of him preparing this apple tart. Here we go. I gotta mute the music. So he has, of course, his theme music behind. He's showing them putting it together. Frozen food where is what he's saying. Now, he ain't saying that, but that's me. I'm commentating. He's like, I thought a scammer said something. It's what he's saying. And then he's showing the after. He's like, this is what it authentically looks like. Now, watch his plating. He's also saying, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm also skilled at plating, something you used to pay someone to do until you scammed Madeline and messed up that relationship because you got jealous of her success as a food photographer. So he's plating. And what are you noticing on that plate? Because Poppy ain't to be played with. He trolls as well. Because I was confused when I first saw this. I'm like, Soul Crab ATL? Because I was like, is this an old video from Crooks? And I was like, no, because Crooks can't make stuff like this. So then I realized it was Poppy's response. It's Poppy's response to Darius Crooks calling his apple tarts frozen. He's like, first of all, I'm going to show you they ain't, because I'm going to show you how we actually make them in this restaurant. This one that's open, unlike yours, unlike your Soul Crab Atlanta that was closed by the state of Georgia. I'm going to plate it on a plate with Soul Crab Atlanta on it. Remember the restaurant you had that you couldn't keep open? That failed health inspections when it was open? Soul Crab Chicago, failed health inspection. I mean, Soul Crab, this will be Atlanta. Failed health inspection, August 1st, 2019. Out of 100, a score of 100, it got a 68. That's failing. If that was a test to graduate, you would fail. You would not graduate. You would not pass go. Gave the address of it and all that. That's just one of them. That dude failed so many health inspections. Poppy Cuisine ain't to be played with. So, oh, I got another clip here. I don't know if this was where, yeah, let me play this first. Oh, I got so many. I think I can add this one in with no problem. Let's see. And then we're about to wrap this up. Let's see. This, I don't know when Crooks did this, but I felt like this was so appropriate for right after that moment.
Haven't we? We have been through it. How does it feel being on this side of it? Haven't we?
I need to edit that a little bit so it's a little closer, but Crooks is like, we've been through it, haven't we? And then those flying monkeys, yes, we have, master. We've been through it. Oh, it's been a lot. They literally in the chat saying that. I'm like, oh my God, these people are, oh my God, it's so sad. So Darius Crooks' response to this, and I saw this myself on one of his lives. I didn't know all the details literally until this morning when I was piecing all of this together. But his response of late when people mention Poppy Cuisine, and they had to be mentioning this response, he's like, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with him. He never wants to go back and forth when he's losing. When he realizes that he has met his match, he never wants to go back and forth. Poppy Cuisine do you think, we'll do a poll on this one. Yeah, we got two more. I think I got two more things. Did Poppy shut him down? Shit. Crooks. Now. So do you think that with that, and be honest, do you think that with those clapbacks that Poppy Cuisine shut Darius Crooks down? Because now he's like, I'm not addressing him anymore. He's not worth my time, kind of, that whole thing. I'm like, that's because the Negro got you together every single time. So then we have Crooks being Crooks. Again, he has no moral compass. And he's reminding us that of what's to come. What's to come. Some people have been thinking for a very long time. Even 2 years ago, I would hear people like, "Oh, this is about to be the end for him." I'm like, "Yeah, no, unfortunately, no. We got a little longer with this. I think this is it." Yep.
I can walk past you right now. Only way you know me is because I'm a familiar face. Are free to post whatever you want to post on your social media. And what am I able to do? Scroll right past it. Huh? Do I have to go on your post and tell you on your post, oh my God, this, that, and the third? You always doing that. Do I go on your post saying that on your post? I do not, right? Guess what I can do on my post? Say whatever I want to say. Guess what I'm going to do? Say whatever I want to say. And here's the reality. Watch this. You really finna be even more upset because I'm not stopping. And you're watching this and you're saying, I the fuck can't stand Darius. Let me tell you what you ought to do. The fuck follow. That's what you should do. You should go to the top of that page. It's an X. You should click that X. You should go to my profile. You should click on my name, click on the arrow, and click unfollow. You should not let somebody you don't know piss you the fuck off this much. You shouldn't do it. Huh? And if I can help you in any way, let me say this to you. Unfollow me. I'm not changing. It's about to get worse. So if you have an issue right now, if you got one right now, you're going to have one tomorrow. You're going to have one next week. You're going to have one the week after that. If I were you, I would unfollow. No, I'm fine. I'm helping the people who don't like me. I'm helping them. I'm not upset at all. What I'm saying is, if you have an issue, you should unfollow. Because let me tell you the truth. It's going to get worse. It ain't stopping. At all. At all. It's not stopping. Now, was live with this girl at this restaurant. This Creole with no splash of soul. I was live with her. She wanted...
So yeah, that's him talking about Creole with Splash. So he's letting all of you know that it's going to get worse. His motto, I see, I forgot who I just saw saying that. Somebody said he would be upset if he got banned. I mean, I'm sorry, if he got if he lost followers or something. Nah, there's so many comments, y'all. I can't find it. It just wasn't even that far, I don't think. But anyway, so his plan, honestly, he doesn't really care about the million followers anymore. He's gotten that vanity moniker, because that's all it really is. Having 1 million followers really means is a vanity thing, because people think it means something to the public. In the court of public opinion, they feel like you got 1 million followers. That means that you are worthy, you're internet famous kind of thing. But when it comes down to the business side of it, it means a hell of beans. Followers, you don't earn money from followers. You earn money from your engagement, from your clicks and your views. That's where you earn your money from. When you have brand deals, etc., they might look at your follower count as just an overall thing to even open the door, get your foot in the door. But what they care about and what your money is based on, the revenue you'll receive of the deal, is based on your engagement. How many people are viewing your content? How many people are engaging with your content? And we got algorithms and we got reports that we can print out and give to them and all that for that. So that's what they really care about. And he knows this as well. He can't get no brand deals and stuff. He knows that too. Anytime he get anything, people, out him. So what he wants to do, all he cares about now is his core audience, his core couple thousand, few thousand, diehard D-hags, the D-hivers, the D-hags, and the flying monkeys, and mostly the D-hivers and the flying monkeys and the deplorables, which are the males. Those are who he really cares about. That's who he's trying to focus in on and trying to isolate that part of his cult from the rest, separate that part of his cult from the rest of us, because that's where he's going to make his money. That's where he's going to continue to have his longevity, not public opinion. That's gone, and he knows it. Although he tries to act like it's not to his flying monkeys and D-hags and all that. He tries to act like, oh no, I'm still known, I'm still famous, people still love me, all that. No, it's your core people. That's it. So, and then the ones who just don't know no better. So his goal is, part of it is with that app. He's creating that app. Eventually it's been how many years, but eventually it'll probably come together enough for him to get people on the app. And that'll be his diehard people who will pay $200 a year to get on there and get these, multiple lives where he's sitting there indoctrinating them and all the other, foolishness that he does. That's what he cares about. That's going to give him a couple $100,000 or a few $100,000 a year, as long as he can get them to keep buying into his grift. That's what he cares. And then he doesn't have to he could be as, again, morally bankrupt and corrupt and all of that as he wants to, because they have no boundaries for him. There are no rules when dealing with those, because they're just as toxic as he is. So that's his goal. He's actually brought it up recently. So he doesn't really care. He said he blocked over 2,000 people recently. I believe him, because he doesn't want the real information. I mean, he doesn't want to be held accountable. And everywhere he goes now, he's being held accountable to some degree. So his other grift that I see coming, and y'all I just want to put this on the map, that Vale said so, that I see him trying to do a bit of a makeover.
Please.
A bit of a makeover with his image, where he's trying to be Darius Crooks Winfrey, where he's trying to act as if he has this caring side. And so I want y'all to see this, because the first time I watched it, I was like watching it in disbelief. I was like, this dude is seriously a sociopath. And then as I was pulling it, I was chuckling, because I was like, this shit is actually funny. It's funny that he manipulates social media in this way, and it works for the most. It works. I was going to say for the most part, but it just works. It works for him. So he's obviously trying to shift into something else where he's trying to change the narrative. So this is the skit. I call this a skit.
Please. You need to take a break. All right? You're going a little too tough. You're still human. You got stuff going on. You know what I mean? What happened with the building?
I don't know why.
Is it insured?
Yes.
Okay. Did you lose personal stuff?
Yes.
A lot of it? How do you feel about that? Clearly you haven't had a chance to process this and talk about it.
I mean, the news wanted me on, everybody wanted me on this morning. But for me, it's more about my staff and my employees. I put children through school. I'm hired.
I do the same thing. I get it.
So I worry will they be able to survive. If I go under, they cannot survive.
What about you?
I've had a good run. God has blessed me more than I ever thought. I never dreamed I'd see the day. So I'm not upset.
Your resilience and strength is amazing. It's beyond amazing. It really is. We're going to do some stuff to highlight you.
Remember, that same person who...
Point. Let me get to the point so I can get up out of here. So again, as a paying customer, I should be able to express my opinion to my audience, right? I'm not putting a review on somebody else's page. I'm not, again, it's not what you said, but it's how you said it. No, bitch, it's your fucking comprehension. As a matter of fact, take care. All right? That's what the fuck it is. It's your comprehension. I'm not finna argue with a stupid hoe. All right? Gone. Banned. Take care. All right? Go back over there.
Or this.
Y'all wasn't saying that at first. Now you want to. It's sad to see. Now we got moral compass and moral value. We still didn't have it before. I do the same thing. I get it. I get it.
So I worry will they be able to survive? If I go under, they cannot survive.
What about you?
I've got a good one. God has blessed me more than I ever thought. I'm a girl that never dreamed I'd see the day. So I'm not upset.
Gosh, your resilience and strength is amazing.
So is your manipulation. Your sociopathic manipulation. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. I'm going to read y'all comments. It's a lot, y'all. It's like this dude ain't got a caring bone in his body that if it's not benefiting him in the end. He can give you the illusion of caring. He's good at that. But it's all an act. But in the end, it's got to benefit him. And if it doesn't, it's all bets are off. It's not happening. Let me get to the comments, and then we're going to head on out of here. And then for those of you who really love me, y'all are hanging there for that last commercial. Just let it play as we leave. I want to see how that works with these lives. I read that one earlier. Darius is going to these restaurants like he's Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm starting to hear more comparisons to him with that name, and it's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm like, oh y'all, please stop even mentioning it, because that's what he's gonna latch onto, and it's gonna become a thing. It's gonna become a thing. But yet and still, his restaurants fails miserably. Yeah. And then he's going to try to rewrite that narrative and open up his, Southern Fried Catfish shacks. We'll see how that works out. It's giving off miserable rather. A misery loves company, and Darius is taking his misery to Black's restaurant near you, shaking my damn head. Yeah. I mean, he's spreading misery where there isn't any. Can't have a man to man when you're one man short, right? One of our two Raising Cane's is across the street from us. They show Skip on their seasons. Them tenders be bland as hell. Good thing the sausage. Yeah, that's when I first had Raising Cane's for the first time. I was not impressed at all. And then for some reason, I had a taste for them at some point, like almost a year later, I want to say. And then I just got hooked on them all of a sudden. And they are bland, but it's the sauce. The sauce does it. And then, you got the fries are decent, but I need the Raising Cane sauce, and I need ketchup for the fries, but it's still good. It's still good. Poppy is the bomb. All-way pack presentation. Chase customer service is great. Hashtag Baltimore. So, and I'm glad that you're supporting it and you're contradicting everything that Darius said. Let Darius Crooks tell it. I think he disagreed with all of those. Yeah, I think I need to look back. I guess I'll probably, when I do what I'm really gonna do, all of this stuff will be in it as well, and more and more. This was still an overview, y'all. Believe it or not, we're nearly 4 hours in, and this was still an overview. Because what I realized once I started pulling the Crook stuff, and I pulled that for the other stories, but I knew what stories I wanted to do today. I didn't realize how deep this Crook stuff was going to get, and then I didn't want to scrap this. I had already moved some stuff around, so I want to scrap those early stories. But I was like, it could have been a whole just Crooks live, and I didn't want that because I hadn't been back in a minute. So it was a whole thing. But it's so much more that I could have added in this. I'm part Afro Puerto Rican American, so it was nice to see an Afro Dominican American brother like Alex open up Poppy's cuisine. I watched a vid how he learned how to cook from his daddy and grandmother. Oh, so he is not formally trained, because I mean his stuff is so much more elevated than like on such a high level that I guess I should not have I know better, especially doing the work I do. I know better than to assume, but I did. I made an assumption that he was actually a chef, just because it just looked like it. It was on such a high level. Thank you again to those who sent me super chats earlier, RJ, and Darlene P, and Shaquia Smith. I hope I'm saying that right. But thank all of you for your support, and those of you who lasted to the end of this video and who also plan to let that last commercial play before we get out of here. I will be back next week. We'll go live. I'm not doing more than two lives a week, but I'll let y'all know what day. Make sure you are connected with me via our multiple platforms so that you can get the notifications when I plan to go live, since it's so sporadic. And the link is pinned at the top of this chat. And if you're watching a replay, it will be pinned in the first pinned comment below, and also in the description area below. And we have 95% of you who said, when I asked the poll question, did Poppy shut Darius Crooks down? 95% of you said yes. 5% of you are likely flying monkeys. And some maybe got the question wrong or hit the wrong button. Either way, love you all. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. Thank you for showing up and showing out, even though I've been gone for a couple weeks. I would say I won't do that to y'all no more, but that's a lie from the pit of hell. So unlike Darius Crooks, I will be transparent and say every once in a while I'm going to be taking my little breaks, but that's why you need to follow on the other platforms so you can connect. And also, I'll be putting out more reruns during those times too when they happen. So we got a whole thing going on. All right, y'all. I don't know how all this works. I'll figure it out later. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Peace.
Hey, poppin' like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do.